They've gone upstairs.
Where the player for caught behind the ritual decision is not out. Check please video, I'm just looking at the split screen. Running through. You're on screen.
That's very good from Chris Gaffney. He's got that done really quick. It shows he has confidence in the system, saw the gap between the bat and the ball, didn't wait too long, didn't ask for. Good angles created.
Coming up tomorrow, it's England who are having a good run at the moment, taking on New Zealand, who won a terrific contest against Sri Lanka. Last ball of his spell, 3 for 23 at the moment. Once again, excellent bowling from Arshdeep Singh. He finishes 3 for 24. It's 164 for 5, 6 balls remaining. England, New Zealand, 7 p.m. local time tomorrow from Colombo. Already in the semi-finals. Shivam Dube bowling the final over.
You asked me last over whether Bennett was going for 100. Well, he's got to hurry up. He just lost strike at that critical time when he had 12 balls and he just couldn't get on strike. And he's had a wonderful tournament. That's the thing. Third highest run scorer in the T20 World Cup. That's something that you can take back to your country and go, I'm extremely proud of that. No ball.
No ball signaled, which means it's a free hit. Trying something different, trying the slower one. Rolling his fingers over.
There you go, second highest now, 267. Markram is on just a next level batting. Hetmeyer we saw the other night as well. Absolutely on fire at Wankati Stadium. Kishan as well. Sweet time of the ball, so he's right up there amongst the world's best here at this tournament. He'll be very proud of himself.
He's really got to work on his bowling. He's bowled 5 no balls in this tournament. He has an important role to play in this team. And his overs could become crucial in important games. That's well struck. That'll go over the side screen.
You're absolutely spot on, Ravi. These teams, as you get now into the semi-finals, are going to target those people that are going to be 20 plus runs and over. And that's the margins in this game. It's often 5-10 runs. It's not, as we've seen in some of the matches, 100-run margins. No chance. When the heat comes on, the margins get lesser. So you're dead set right. Shivam Dubé's got to work on this element here for India.
Oh, that's a good grab from Sanju Samson. Outside edge, goes flying across. And takes it with one hand.
Slow one yet again. Back of the hand. Sticking the pitch a bit. Sanju Samson has got lovely hands. Made that look rather simple. Must have had a little bit of time because it was slow one, but still got the dive in time. Hands out. Most importantly, had control of the ball at all times. Musakiva goes for 7. Zimbabwe 173 for 6.
So Brad Evans.
You can see Dubé is making a conscious effort to bowl those back of the hand slow ones. We saw Hardik in the previous over try only Yorkers. Dubé's turn, and he's focused a lot on the slow ones. This one successful.
Well, Ngidi early today, he was magnificent. He's bowling those slower balls, giving South Africa a huge edge. Red hot favourites, in my opinion, South Africa at this stage. Batting beautifully. They've got their bowling lineups under control. Goes for it and gets it. It's a magnificent strike for Bennett that takes him into the 90s.
Another 6 for Bennett. For all the sixes he's missed out in the league stages, he's making it up for it. He's making it up tonight.
He's at 6 today. Last ball of the game. Goes again and finds the gap. And a boundary to end the game. So India comfortable winners here by 72. And they've restricted Zimbabwe to 184 for 6. It all boils down now to their final game in the Super 8. That's when they take on the West Indies. That's on the 1st of March in Calcutta. But otherwise, I thought Arshdeep Singh was very good today. Abhishek amongst the runs, that augurs well. South Africa have already qualified for the semi-final. And with the win earlier today, and with this win from India, South Africa go through.
Yeah, it was a real solid hand from Bennett, some contributions from Raza as well, Ramani. But it was a very, very comfortable win for India today.
Wildstone Code for the man of code.
The devil has come to Pennsylvania.
So, when did this start?
And there's something evil here. Something I've felt before.
Yes, sir, for killing. दीवानगी इस दीवानगी में इंडिया के साथ बंदे दीवाने इंडिया का दीवाना हम सब
Some comfortable winners in the Super 8 game. The Indians in Chennai got a big score of 256 for 4, the highest score in T20 World Cups, and then restricted Zimbabwe to 184 for 6. Sikandar Raza, Zimbabwe, they tried hard. And Bennett was the standout performer there, 97 from 59. Played some really good shots.
Brian Bennett, the star of the show for Zimbabwe, 97 he got, and becomes the second highest run getter in this World Cup. He'd be proud of that effort. Sikandar Raza chipped in with a nice little 31, but other than that, not too much to speak about. In the end, they got 184 for the loss of 6 wickets. And with the bowling, Harshdeep, as always, at the back end came in, picked up 3 wickets. Hardik swung the ball quite nicely, but didn't pick up a wicket. Bumrah, very rare to see his name not there in the wickets column. Varun, Akshar and Dubey picking up a wicket each, but all of them going for plenty.
So there you go, 256 for 4. Zimbabwe winning the toss, putting India into bat. And Abhishek Sharma back amongst the runs, 55 for him. Hardik, a good half century. Tilak played his part, as did Ishan Kishan. And Zimbabwe in reply, 184 for 6. And Arshdeep Singh, 3 for 24.
Chatted about how Tilak Verma can take on spinners. But today he took on their pacers quite nicely. Came in a little later than he normally would, but played some lovely shots. Getting 44 and smashed it at the back end. Hit some big lusty balls. Another tick box for India. Would have wanted Tilak to get runs, and he has managed to do it tonight.
Hardik Pandya had a good game too. He was involved in that partnership with Tilak Verma. Struck some big hits. And reaching a half century. So, India winning by 72. So let's go down now to Pommy Mbangwa. He's got the player of the match with him.
Yeah, player of the match is Hardik Pandya for his half century. He came off 23 balls, accelerated at the end, and he gets the award from a World Cup with himself in Robin Uthappa, former India batter and keeper. You taking a photo? Okay, nicely done. Hardik, tell me how happy you are with your own performance and what you had to do at the back end when you came into bat.
Pretty happy. I mean, yeah, it sounds 23 ball 50, but I think I had to reassess in the situation as well. What I meant by that, I felt I was trying to hit too hard, and just in the game I realized I think I can time the ball and hit sixes as well. So I think for me it was a good game to continue the rhythm, because I feel a couple of games I had which I could not do what I wanted to do. So pretty satisfied.
And as far as you're concerned in formulating what needs to happen whilst you sit on the side and watch the other guys do that, tell me what that does in your own head.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, South Africa played. South Africa and West Indies game was, we all were keeping an eye. Now it's all about playing good cricket, backing your skill set. All this pressure, kind of absorbing the pressure and making out and, making sure that you put the best foot forward. So yeah, definitely we were keeping the eye, but at the same point of time, once the game got over, we focused that this is our game. We need to focus on this.
You speak about the bowling as well. When you get runs, generally you bowl well. How did you feel you went with ball in hand?
Pretty good. I think I like bowling with the new ball. It swings. I mean, God has been kind. I have the skill set of bowling in swing, out swing both. So I really enjoy. I think it gives me the opportunity to take wickets as well. It challenges the batter as well. So yeah, pretty satisfied. I still have to bowl my one over, which I'm going to go after this.
Okay, well played, well bowled, well batted, and all the best for that important game coming up.
Thank you, sir.
Well, there's no denying that there was a swirl of opinions, maybe a little bit of panic around Team India and the manner that they went down to South Africa. But in this match, they have made statements. Abhishek Sharma finally getting amongst the runs, that 2.5 century, finishing off in style as he always does with the power that he possesses. Hardik Pandya half century, and also a very significant knock for Tilak Verma because he had been struggling against spin. Today he took on the pace. It is one of those positive thinking ones that gets you forward. For Zimbabwe, it was always going to be an incredibly tough ask because India hammered 17 sixes and set a total of 257. However, the claps, of course, for Team India and the men in blue win by 72 runs, but a word on Brian Bennett as well for Zimbabwe, who are officially now out of semi-final contention here on Ireland and Saturday. But we also know with Sunday that was in India. Basically going to win everything from here if you wanted to take that. But it's a virtual knockout against West Indies. That's what it is.
Absolutely, and what a cracker of a game it's going to be because West Indies play really good cricket as well. In South Africa, I think 86 and they still got 177, and so they know how to fight as well. Eventually, South Africa won today as well. We knew that this Indian team, which is a strong Indian team, will come back. It was only one game they lost, but the way they played today, the way they scored today, obviously the flat pitch, they used it to good effect as well. But what they did, which I think we didn't agree, Sanju Samson batting up the order as far as the number 1 and 2 is concerned. But what they wanted to do eventually worked for them, having that right-left combination, because of that, off-spinner didn't come to bowl, which was the case before. 2 left-handers coming in with Ishan and Abhishek Sharma. But apart from that as well, there were so many positive. Arshdeep Singh nailing the Yorkers as well was fantastic. Tilak Verma was playing with so much aggression, especially lower down the order, which was really good to see because him being in form is important for Team India.
Yeah, and he was the player in form coming into this World Cup as well. These are great visuals to see. Zimbabwe is a team that has won everyone's heart. So officially, when you look at the points table, Sanjay, you'd be like, okay, they're out of the running of the semi-finals. It's the first time ever in the history of T20 World Cups that they're actually prevalent in a Super 8 phase. So there are many positives and one more game for them to go. But South Africa have been the dominant force. They remain unbeaten in this competition. Their seamers were too much for the West Indies earlier in the day as well. They've got those 4 points officially with India's victory over Zimbabwe. Now South Africa have qualified, and like I asked Irfan, that's it. It is a direct shootout in Kolkata, the place where the West Indies became world champions.
Yeah, I think a couple of things that you asked me off air is, number one, why are you so conservative when you're making predictions? So you said, why
well,
only
both
50?
Of you were to be
You
fair,
wanted...
both of you were conservative. I wanted someone to say, come on, 80 in the power play, and I wish that I had said that.
But 65
55
is not
and
that
60.
conservative.
But I wanted an 80 wala answer, and
You should have
thank
said,
you,
I'm
Team
saying
India.
for 80. You should have gone for it.
Next time I will.
Yes, please.
Tell me, Sanjay.
Yeah, but overall, I think, see, it all started when Gautam took over as the T20 coach and they started their journey in South Africa. It was Sanju Samson who was opening the batting with Abhishek Sharma. And here again, life comes a full circle. So where you started, eventually where you end up. And I hope that if this is a formula that they want to crack, wherein having a right-hander and not wanting Surya to bat in the power play, then this is what was originally planned. They probably went, and now by design or by fate, they find themselves wherein the jigsaw are falling in places. So I don't think after this, they should try and change the makeup of the team. So Abhishek getting runs up top means that the predictions that you want to have from us will come back with more venom in the next predictions that we make.
Nice.
It all depends on how Abhishek is batting.
Nice,
So
nice.
with the kind of batting that he did tonight, it was fantastic stuff.
But now you're talking about the conservative approach in the prediction. My prediction
No,
was...
actually, I was just, we were having some very conversations where I was picking Sanjay Banga's brains about his time in the Indian team and things like that. And listen, before we get into that, Irfan, can you just refer me to what's going on here? Match is just finished.
Yeah.
Job done. Very well accomplished. I believe Morne Morkel took Shivam Dubey directly and said, okay, go through it again, go through the paces.
Yeah.
What would be the conversations right now when you've just won the match?
Look, we have seen these visuals happening with Indian team regularly. Once the match is over, these guys are bowling, Hardik is bowling, Varun will be seen as well. I think, whatever things are not working for you, you want to try and do that, especially when your body is warm. You just finished the bowling, your body is warm, you don't want to start again. So that's one thing as well, like with Shivam Dubey as well, because he's went for runs as well, you want to just get things right, you want to feel better as well. So the bowling coaches as well as the players who wants to bowl, they want to just fine-tune that, maybe bowl few balls as well. But, I've been very concerned about making things complicated. Look, I've been talking about it regularly as well, about Varun Chakravarti. Varun Chakravarti in the nets, I didn't like those visuals. He was bowling slightly shorter. I don't like it. Yes, he went for run, but he's our number one bowler. He's taken wickets. And I saw the way, the bowling batting coach was taking the ball after pitching the ball was actually above the stumps, which was quite short. And Varun's, strength has been hitting the stumps, hitting the top of the bail. That's his length. Yes, he's not too full like other spinners. He's not slow. He's slightly quicker. But bowling too short is not going to work for him. So don't make things complicated when things hasn't worked. Sometimes keeping things very simple under pressure, it's very important. So yes, this practice is very good. You want to fine tune everything. But doing too much, especially in between the tournament, sometimes doesn't work for you.
Especially when the pressure is on. Sanjay, I'm going to refer back to our off-air conversations. One of the other off-air conversations, or rather it was me picking his brains, was like, where are the all-format players, those players that are good in red ball cricket, they can translate their skills into T20 cricket? Brian Bennett considers himself a red ball specialist, values the fact that he plays in the whites. His innings, his story for Zimbabwe, this entire T20 World Cup.
And one thing that I noticed about him is that it seems that he doesn't want to get out. He wants to bat and bat and bat. And it reminds us of a little bit of how Pujara bats. Yeah. He loves to bat. He's part of our commentary panel as well. And he gives you that impression that he doesn't want to get out. He was a little bit aggressive today. Early games we saw that he was not taking as many chances, was not hitting that many balls in the air. But here, he was willing to take those chances, and some of those chances were coming off. So he may have discovered an extra gear of himself as far as batting in T20 is concerned, when you have to chase large scores, and eventually came out quite well in within striking distance of a wonderful, what would have been a wonderful 100. So overall, I think if Zimbabwe cricket, which is on the uphill again, has to go in that particular direction, Brian Bennett is going to be their batting mainstay. And look at some of the Zimbabwe players, batters over the years. I think if there was one Graham Hick who had to go out and find shores and find success of playing international cricket in England, but here is a batsman who has got enough batting ability and that hunger to play for Zimbabwe for a long, long time.
He's a very smart cricketer also. In Sri Lanka, not even 1-6. Not even 1-6. And here, in this inning itself, he hits 6 sixes. So he can change the gear as well, but he assesses the condition. Sri Lanka, big ground, slow pitch. He said, okay, I'll play with a strike rate of 120, but today's strike rate was something else. He can bowl. He's a gun fielder, an outstanding batter. He's a future superstar for Zimbabwe. And Zimbabwe has taken actually a lot of positive going back because Muzirbani, he bowled so well. They have Angrava, they have Evans as well. Evans is a fantastic cricketer as well. And obviously Sikandar Raza leading them really well. Even though they lost 2 games in India, they gave away so many runs. But Zimbabwe getting direct entry into the next World Cup, and Bennett being second highest scorer. So much to see for Zimbabwe.
Many positives. Speaking of positives, you were quite pleased, Irfan, with Arshdeep's rhythm today as well. He's had, he's been there. He's needed one of those games where he's been like, okay, me too. I am actually the prime weapon here.
Yeah. You know what I like about Arshdeep today? First ball was slightly short of length. Chennai's pitch doesn't have grass. it doesn't swing from the pitch as well. So what he did, he made sure to just show the batsman that I can bowl short of length. After what he did, he kept hitting the stumps. So basically, it's all about the setup. He sets the batters really well. We talk about ability of Jasprit Bumrah to reading the pitch.
Yeah.
Arshdeep is not far behind. He reads the pitch so well. He came round the wicket with the old ball as well. He wanted to make sure that he targets the stumps regularly. He got the Yorker in, and there were so many Yorkers were bowled in today, which actually tells me that he's preparing for the future games as well. There was no need to bowl so many Yorkers, but he was actually going Yorker after Yorker, because there will be time against West Indies, he might have to bowl for Yorkers. So I was really pleased to see what I saw with Arshdeep today.
As far as Team India is concerned, it's almost like back to business, back to basics. It's been that kind of victory for them, and their path is incredibly clear when it comes to not just repeating history, but defeating history as well. Let's hear from both the captains.
Yeah, time to speak first of all to Sikandar Raza, who is captain of Zimbabwe. Raza, tell me of the experiences of the two games over at Wankhede and now at Chepauk. Similar sort of things. How are they playing out in your mind right now?
I'll look. Probably I'm a guy who look at a lot of positives. I think for me the positive from today is the last game. It was 250, and I felt there was a bit of panic and rush in our batting lineup. I always say that you cannot win the game in the first 6 overs, but you certainly can lose it if you're chasing a big total. Today I thought we were a lot more composed in the first 6 overs. We were trying to give ourselves a chance as well, and I thought the way the boys batted compared to the last game is certainly to take a lot of positive and heart from, and that's what I'll do.
In terms of, 250 is obviously too many, a similar sort of score in the previous one. Then it kind of makes you look to your bowling. What could you have done differently today to kind of bring all of that down?
Yeah, certainly I think we could have executed our defensive plan slightly better as well. I think we ended up going at them with hammer and tongs, and unfortunately there was a lot of mis-execution when we were bowling from all the bowlers, and they ended up getting a lot of those runs, and once the train goes at that, it's hard to bring it back. So I thought, if one thing I would say is I think we could have executed our defensive plans better. That would have given us a better chance to restrict them to maybe 210, 220, and you never know from there.
I keep referring to Wankhede as well. Do you feel that whilst all that was happening, you were better for it this time around, having had a similar sort of thing happen?
Batting-wise, yes, but I think bowling and fielding, no, I think we could have done better there as well. I think, like I said, the last game sort of taught us how to go on about your business when you're chasing a big total. So suddenly I saw that today. Listen, we are also a work in progress as well. A lot of youngsters, most of them are playing their first World Cup, first time ever in India for us. Not that I want to use that as an excuse, but certainly the lessons from the last game, from a batting point of view, I thought we took them really well, and you can see how quickly these boys are willing to improve, and they showed out today.
Yeah, the team you go and play against next is one that has beaten both of these. What do you say in there to ensure that you're up and ready to go and do better in the next one?
Certainly the result will look after itself for me, but what I'm looking for is definitely a better performance, fielding and bowling, and hopefully we can carry on with our batting performance, and it should just keep getting better. So if we can match those three like we did in the qualifying stages, we give ourselves the best chance to win. At the World Cup against the best teams, you need all your three departments to be working hand in hand. Unfortunately, if one lacks, then the game runs away from you. So hopefully in the last game, leave everything on the park and we try and sort out all our three departments, and hopefully that gives us the best chance to win the game.
All the best with that.
Thank you, Pami.
Sikandar Raza, who is captain of Zimbabwe now. Surya Kumar Yadav, captain of India. Surya, congratulations on the win. It's as emphatic as you needed it to be. Tell me of the discussions prior to coming to this game with the way that the group had sort of panned out after your first loss.
I think we wanted to leave everything behind. We didn't think too much about what we did in the league stage or what we did in the last game in Ahmedabad. But thoroughly we had a slide which our video analyst had made for all the batters and all the bowlers, what we did over the year. We saw that slide, took a lot of positivity from that, and when we came here, I think contributions from all the batters, from top till number 7, I think it was heartening to see.
What does it do to win so emphatically for the rooms?
To be very honest, we could have been a little bit more clinical with the ball, but it's fine. At the end of the day, win is a win. But we'll take it when we move forward. But yeah, we'll tighten our screws when you go and play West Indies.
I need to probe a bit more. You seem unhappy actually in the way you're kind of smiling and saying that. Tell us more of what you think.
I don't want to take any credit away from the batters, the Zimbabwean batters. I think they batted beautifully. Yes, the wicket was good, but the way they batted, they took their own time in the power play, and they later on batted very smartly, and credit goes to them as well. But yeah, from the bowling point of view, we could have been a little bit smarter to take those nice options.
And what is it you will do? What is it you feel you must do in terms of conversations to then ensure that the pressure of that last one you have, a virtual quarter-final against the West Indies, goes your way?
I think when we are in such situations, we'll have to be more courageous in taking calls, and there's no other option other than taking that positive route. When we reach Kolkata, definitely we'll sit down and think about that game. But currently, a day off tomorrow, travel and relax.
Okay, congratulations on the win and all the very best in Kolkata.
Well, 17 maximums in India's innings today. Real sheer power with the bat. You know, one of the choices that we discussed ahead of this, one of the good choices that they make was getting Sanju Samson back into the 11 pairing with Abhishek Sharma. We had a 48-run opening stand. Abhishek Sharma got some runs as well. So one good choice leading to another.
Good choices of the match. Brought to you by Britannia Nutri-Choice.
I mean, Sanjay, the opening partnership for India this entire T20 World Cup has been under a lot of scrutiny. Abhishek Sharma has been a lot of scrutiny. We've had a lot of discussions of where Sanjay should be coming, but eventually, this is what we got.
Yeah, we got whatever we got, and it worked out quite nicely. And the difference was, Sanju batted very well for his 20-odd. It was a similar sort of an innings that he batted in the initial game where he played. The second game when Abhishek was not available. But the difference was made by Abhishek because he's a guy who can hit you sixes, and what I saw of him today was pure cricketing shots, straight down the ground, using the vertical bat most of the time when the ball was pitched up by the Zimbabwe bowlers. And overall, when Abhishek bats, I think the impact that he leaves has been the critical factor for India to become or to play that brand of cricket, because it frees up everybody. It leads you to a wonderful power play, and after that, because of the ability that you have, if you have wickets in hand, each and every batsman can just keep going hard.
And we knew that at some point the contest with off-spin was coming.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But I really like, the way this combination pans out for Team India, righty-lefty combination. Yes, I would not have wanted Ishan Kishan to bat at number 3, but you understand what Indian team was trying to do here. I was actually a little bit surprised that Sikandar Raza didn't come early on. He was, I think, waiting for power play to finish, but he should have come in as soon as Ishan Kishan came into the bat. I think that would have been the right way to go about it as well. But that's what they wanted to do as an Indian team management. That changed that. 3 left-handers coming in, one after another. So it worked out for them. And what I like about Abhishek Sharma's batting today, the way he played in the week. As you mentioned as well, 68%. 68% of runs came in front, especially from a guy who likes to play square. So clearly, he changed. He's thought about the game as well before coming into this game, and this pitch has also helped. And some of the bad bowling from Zimbabwe, that also helped.
No wonder that some of the highlights that we saw in terms of the moments to speak of were of the blade of Abhishek Sharma. Just adding to what both of you have been saying, I just want to factor in what Surya said towards the end also, Sanjay, saying that what we've done was show all our batters highlights of what they've done throughout the year. And I just wonder what was shown to Abhishek and how he tempered it, because he's had a lot of very extensive net sessions leading into this.
Yeah, I mean, there would have been a lot of conversations around, finding that ideal performance state for him. Like when you're batting at your best, what were you thinking? During your batting innings, before your batting innings, or even at times what you did before the day of the match. And here what you saw is that he hit straight down the ground. Some of the shots came not only against spinners but against pacers, and that shows you the reach that he's got, the the levers that he can extend through the line of the ball because of his height as well. So overall, Abhishek in this particular style of play has also the confidence now behind him. Maybe the demons of the past of those number of ducks back to back behind him means that the three remaining potential games for India, you'll obviously have a guy who is in red hot form who can play those impactful right at the top of the order.
Still had a 0 to today's scoreline, just had a 5 in front of it, and the pleasure of playing in your first T20 World Cup and getting to what is a half century.
Tufani moment of the day, brought to you by Thumbs Up.
I mean, I found moments like this, it just, that little lift in the bat, that little accomplishment, it just absolutely liberates a player who was carrying maybe the burden or the scrutiny of the entire nation, if not more.
Yeah, absolutely. He was under pressure. There is no doubt about it. A lot of people are talking about that his place should be there in the playing 11. I was pretty sure that he should be backed. And obviously team management were backing him. They were regularly talking to him as well. And he was actually trying to work out, ways to play, and he changed the way he's playing as well. We saw clearly he was waiting for the ball. Even the first ball, he's the same guy who's hit 8 sixes in the first ball in his career so far. What he did today? Along the ground, waited nicely, and he made sure that let me just get the first run first. And after that, obviously, he wanted to hold his shape, play straight. I said before as well, the pitch really helped, the bowling really helped as well. But World Cup runs are very special, and getting first half century in the World Cup, especially special for him. And now things will only get better. Look, against West Indies in Kolkata pitch, you would expect him to go well again. And then if India plays the semi-final, he'll like that pitch in Wankhede. He will love that pitch, that bounce. He scored 100 there as well. So a lot of positives will come in for Abhishek Sharma. But you need to go through these stages in international cricket, and once you go through these stages, like what Abhishek Sharma has gone for little patches, which is 5-6 games, you get better as a player, and you always want to improve as a player. You will not always get runs. That's not the way international cricket goes. But when those things happen to you, you think about your game, you want to work it out, and you want to get better. And I really hope from here on, he'll get better.
It's hard to go through it in a World Cup. I wanted, Sanjay, if you help us take us through the way that he tackled off spin. Coming into this T20 World Cup, his strike rate, especially in franchises, close to 160, 180 against that manner of dismissal. Not just today, throughout the World Cup, but now how he will take the lessons forward against the West Indies.
Maybe respect the type of bowlers that are causing you concern, and not to get carried away by what you've done in the past, because cricket teaches you that from the previous performances you can't carry forward the scoreboard. You can only carry forward the confidence of what you learned from the previous game. So that is one thing in reflection, because that is from a distance what we are seeing. But if you have to realize that you can carry the confidence from the previous games, but give each and every day you feel different. The way you wake up, the way you walk to the pitch, to the ground. What are the thought processes going on in your mind? Are you feeling good about yourself? Is it positive thoughts? Is it negative thoughts? All those things will make you feel much better when you progress to the next level or play in more number of matches. So I think from that perspective, maybe a different thing, that if you do get out to an off spinner on a couple of occasions, it is okay not to hit a 6 of the first balls, or it is okay not to try and hit the off spinner out of over the infield as well. So those are the small learnings that Abhishek may have to probably carry from this particular innings and get better.
Just what you're talking about, I guess when it comes to someone who projects tremendous confidence in this team, it is Hardik Pandya. We heard just before the match started as well, he was the one who gave the team talk. It was very animated. And he is someone who walks the talk yet again today.
Yeah, and what I really like about his interview today, that he said that he was trying to work out what's happening, because at the start there are quite a few balls he missed out. There was one ball which was slightly short. He mistimed it. It was in the air. Luckily for him, it didn't go to fielder's hand. And then one of the other boundary which went inside edge as well. But in the inning, he worked it out. Okay, he was trying to hit too hard. That's what he said. So which is very good. That yes, you can hit any bowler out of the park, especially on these sort of pitches, this sort of ground. But you still sometimes want to start from zero. You still want to learn that sometimes it's not going to work because you play those high risk shots. But if you are willing to get better during the inning as well, you're going to get success. And this is what happened with Hardik today.
6 Indian batters who were striking at over 150 in this innings today. Just shows you about the powers. Well, playing a different role coming later down was actually Tilak Verma back amongst the runs today, that to an imperious fashion. He was our player of the match.
Sahi Hai Player of the Match, brought to you by Mutual Funds Sahi Hai.
We have with us Tilak Verma, who batted brilliantly today. Well played, Tilak. सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन ये रहा कि साउथ अफ्रीका के अगेंस्ट खेले, उसके बाद में मैच जैसा जाना चाहिए था वैसा गया नहीं, तो फिर माहौल कैसा था? कोच कैप्टन ने किस तरीके से ड्रेसिंग रूम में बात की कि वो माहौल पॉजिटिव रहे?
टू बी फ्रैंक भैया, जैसा मैच खत्म हो गया कि ऐसा हम लोग सबको इंडिविजुअल्स को दुख तो फील हुआ कि इट्स एन इम्पॉर्टेंट गेम साउथ अफ्रीका के साथ भी, तो अच्छा रिजल्ट हमारे तरफ हुआ नहीं है, तो सब लोगों का इंडिविजुअल्स बहुत ख़राब लग रहा था. एट द सेम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू जैसा भी हम लोग टीम मीटिंग होता है सूर्या भाई से या गौतम सर से, एकदम माहौल बोले कि 1 आउट गेम होता है, इससे अपन क्या अच्छा किए गेम में और क्या ख़राब किए अपन आराम से डिस्कस करते हैं, तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है अपने को इसके आगे भी गेम्स है. मतलब एकदम ईजी टॉक था और सबसे ज़्यादा तो मोटिवेट कर रहे थे कि जो अपना नेचुरल गेम है, इतना जैसा 5 गेम हुए थे साउथ अफ्रीका के साथ मिला के, तो 5 गेम में भी हम लोगों का बेस्ट बैटिंग नहीं किया हम लोग ने. बैटिंग तो बॉलिंग तो अच्छा चल रहा था, बैटिंग तो हुआ नहीं है, तो बस यही बोला कि अभी अपना डू और डे है, तो ऐसा भी मत सोचो कि डू और डे है, बस अच्छे से सब लोगों का चेहरे में स्माइल रहना है और सब एंजॉय करना है. जो पिछला हम लोगों को दिखा रहे थे भी, पिछला 1 ईयर में हम लोग क्या किए, तो मैच को जाने से पहले 15 मिनट का हम लोग का वीडियो हुआ था, तो उसमें दिखाए थे कि पिछला 1 ईयर में हम लोग क्या क्या किए थे सब चीज़, तो वो सब वीडियो भी देखे हम लोग को अच्छा सा बूस्ट आया, ऐसे सब पॉजिटिविटी.
बिल्कुल, क्योंकि पिछले 1.5-2 साल में अगर देखें तो भारत ने बहुत तगड़ा T20 क्रिकेट खेला है. अगर आप खुद की इंडिविजुअल बात करें ना कि वो कितना मुश्किल होता है कि 3 नंबर बैटिंग करना है फिर 5 नंबर बैटिंग करना है, वो एडजस्ट करना कितना मुश्किल होता है?
टू बी फ्रैंक, मैं अभी आज का मैच में मैं कुछ सोच नहीं रहा था, बस मेरे दिमाग में यही रहता कि अपना बेसिक्स को फॉलो करता हूँ, और मैं रूम में बैठ के कुछ मैंने फ़ोन किसी से नहीं, अपना मम्मी पापा से फ्रेंड से बात कर रहा था और अपना पुराना वीडियोस में बस देख रहा था, क्योंकि मुझे पता था मेरा एक इनिंग की बात है, अगर एक इनिंग मुझे आ गया ना तो वो कॉन्फिडेंस और मेरा बैटिंग वापस है, तो अपना फैमिली को भी मैं वही बोल रहा था कि बस मेरा एक इनिंग आ जाए, बाकी गेम में मैं जिताऊंगा सारे गेम.
बिल्कुल, वो कॉन्फिडेंस नज़र आ रहा था. थोड़ा सा अगर स्कोरिंग एरिया पे भी नज़र डालेंगे तो लेग साइड थोड़ा प्रेफर्ड लगता था आज के इनिंग में, तो वो ऐसा चेंज है क्योंकि आप 5 नंबर बैटिंग कर रहे थे, स्लॉग ओवर्स में बैटिंग कर रहे थे, तो लेग साइड की तरफ ज़्यादा ध्यान जा रहा था वहाँ पर?
टू बी फ्रैंक, मैं उस समय कुछ नहीं सोच रहा था, बॉल देखता हूँ मैं, क्योंकि अगर आप पहले शॉट देखे तो पॉइंट के ऊपर से किया मैंने, तो बस उसी में पता चलता है कि बस मैं बस यही सोचा है कि बस रिएक्ट करता हूँ मैं बॉल को देख के. और आप अगर आपको याद रहे तो आप गेम से पहले आपने भी बोल रहे थे मुझे कि बॉल देखो और रिएक्ट करके खेलो, बस मेरे दिमाग में भी वही चल रहा था, बॉल देखूंगा और जिधर बॉल है उधर अच्छा इंटेंट के साथ मारता हूँ.
बिल्कुल, वो बहुत क्लियर नज़र आ रहा था आपका इंटेंट जिस तरीके था, तो जहाँ से हार्दिक के साथ जो पार्टनरशिप भी हुई, तो कितना ईजी हो जाता है जब आपके साथ में इतना एक जो 6 हिटर है जो गेम को अच्छे से चलाता है, तो कितना क्या डिस्कशन हो रहा था दोनों के साथ में?
हम लोग टू बी ऑनेस्ट भैया, मैच से पहले हार्दिक भाई, मैं, सूर्या भाई, जो बैटर्स है सब बैटर्स हम लोग बात किए थे कि जो भी हो जाए, जिस इंडिविजुअल्स को जो जब टीम का जो ज़रूरत है बैटिंग का, तो ऊपर नीचे का हम लोग कोई बात ही नहीं कर रहे थे, तो सब हम लोग रेडी है कि फ्लेक्सिबल बैटिंग के लिए रेडी थे, और यही माइंड में सबका हम लोग बात किया कि जिधर जिसको इंडिविजुअल्स को जो माइंड में लगता है जितना खुल के खेलना है, सबको फ्रीडम है, बिंदास चेहरे में स्माइल रखो और एंजॉय करते खेलो. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा अपन जल्दी से आउट होंगे, हमारा आउट भी हो तो सामने वाला टीम को डर दिखना चाहिए कि ये लोग हर एक बॉल को मारने के लिए रेडी है लोग, तो वही माइंडसेट से हम लोग सब लोग गए थे और बस वही बात हो रहा था.
आने से पहले, मैच आने से पहले क्या एक नज़र थी कहाँ पे वेस्ट इंडीज़ और साउथ अफ्रीका के मैच में क्या चल रहा है, वैसे कुछ वहाँ पे वो देख रहे थे? क्योंकि
100% हम लोग देख रहे थे कि ड्रेसिंग रूम में भी जब जैसा आया तो पहले 10 मिनट भी देख रहे थे, तो अफ्रीका ने बहुत अच्छा बैटिंग किए थे, तो बेसिकली हम लोग इतना फोकस 100% माइंड तो जाती है, मगर जैसे हम लोग सोचे थे कि 1 by 1 मैच देखते हैं, हम अपना बेसिक्स पे आते हैं जो T20 क्रिकेट इतना साल हम लोग खेले, तो अगर उसमें अगर आ गए ना तो हम लोगों को पता है, आप देख सकते हो कि आज कितना अच्छा बैटिंग हुआ है टीम का। तो अभी फिर से एक मैच जाते हैं, अभी नेक्स्ट अभी फर्स्ट को वेस्ट इंडीज़ के साथ है, तो इसी इंटेंट इसी माइंडसेट के साथ हम लोग जाते हैं।
क्योंकि यही चीज़ पे हम नज़र डाल रहे थे ना, क्योंकि ये सवाल इसलिए पूछा क्योंकि नेट रन रेट ना पिछले मैच से पहले काफ़ी बड़ा डिफरेंस था, बट अब तो इतना फ़र्क नहीं पड़ रहा है कि नेट रन रेट वो गेम में आएगा, तो बड़ा नॉकआउट मुकाबला है, तो किस तरीके के माइंडसेट के साथ उतर रहे हो?
अभी नेक्स्ट मैच बोल के नहीं बोलता हूँ, इसी मैच से हम लोगों के लिए नॉकआउट था, क्योंकि चार मैच थे, तो हम बात यही हो रहा था कि 4 गुड डेज टू विन द वर्ल्ड कप, तो एक अच्छा दिन निकल गया, अभी 3 दिन और है, तो नेक्स्ट एक और फर्स्ट के दिन का हम लोग प्लान करते हैं, उसी पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट के साथ जाते हैं, 1 by 1 जाते हैं, इतना प्रेशर लेने का कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है। नॉकआउट गेम्स है, बट उसी के साथ स्माइल रख के हम
माइक को ना बैट के जैसे बदल को ऐसा
इसे तो एक दिन का हम लोग प्लान करते हैं और एंजॉय करके खेलते हैं।
बिल्कुल, बैट बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है, रन्स भी बहुत अच्छे हो रहे हैं, जिस तरीके की एक इनिंग की जो आप बात कर रहे थे ज़रूरत थी, वो बहुत क्रूशियल टाइम पे आया है। ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट फॉर द रेस्ट ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट।
थैंक यू।
That really is the simplest way to put it, because approaching this match and approaching the next, Tilak Verma saying as far as India is concerned, every match is a knockout match now. That's just the way to approach it. That's just the zone that you're in. Speak to me, Sanjay, about the zone that he was in, because obviously when it comes to his franchise and for India as well, there have been situations where he's batted at 4 at 5, has that capability of finishing off an innings, but not necessarily maybe for this. You know, he was identified as your number 3 or your number 4. He says he didn't really think about things too much, but clearly his innings tells another story.
It does, and he's also a guy who's learnt a lot about his own individual game plan, because there were a couple of occasions when probably last year or the year before that in the IPL he was retired out because he was not able to get or stroke the ball freely as would the team would have wanted him to. But here, I think right from the ball one, when you get a boundary of the very first ball and then you get a boundary of the second ball as well, you suddenly start to feel that the adrenaline kicking in and something inside your head saying that, okay, this is going to be your day, wherein just try and react to the ball and play wherever the ball is. So it's not that he was moving a lot. He was just simply playing the ball where it was being bowled. So if the ball was slightly short and angled into him, he was playing through the onside, and if it was away, he was playing through over covers as well. So he's got that wonderful range, and the very fact that he's been around, he's seen those ups and downs, means that he's a versatile player who can bat lower down the order as well and in his normal batting positions.
He's got the tenacity as well, as we saw in the Asia Cup campaign, to pull your team across the line towards a trophy. These are, of course, wonderful pictures of camaraderie that we always love to see at the end of the game when it's over, you know, within that boundary. These are moments of respect that last you a lifetime. One of the things, Irfan, that we've been speaking about quite a bit, obviously, is opposition bowlers, how they planned against India, you know, taking the pace off, wider lines is something that we discussed today as well. It's something that India knew. In their nets as well, that's exactly what they've been practicing. Called a couple of age group cricketers to do exactly that, take the pace off, to bowl those wider lines. It was reflected in the way they faced it today.
Yeah, and Abhishek Sharma hit a 6 of a slow one over long one as well. He rightly waited for that particular ball as well, like this one. Exactly, this is the shot. So yes, they practiced really well, but I must say this, there is a difference between the quality of South African slow ones, South African variation and Zimbabwe variation as well. There have been a lot of short slow one, there have been a lot of full slow one, and the deceptiveness was missing there as well. Look, South Africa, when they bowl knuckleball and when they bowl this off-cutter, there is a big deceptiveness, but at least you got to prepare, right? Because if they meet you again, you need to be ready for that particular challenge. But looking at today, what Indian team did, waited for the slower one, lot more. Hardik even said about as well that I was trying to hit too hard. Sometimes when that happens, you try to actually hit too hard as well. Sometimes you wait a bit more longer as well. But today, everything worked really well for India.
Yeah, I mean, they went ahead and recorded what was their largest ever total when it comes to T20 World Cups. The virtue of that with the 17 sixes, the big maximums that India dished out today. We'll have a look at that because this kind of Sunday, this is like we're playing bilateral series again. That's the mode that India have been playing in, and they would have felt good as you spoke about that positive thinking about visualizing, manifesting. They would have felt this version of themselves.
I would have, and it would have given them great joy because T20 is a game wherein if you have the freedom to hit balls. As many balls as possible, and when the ball goes sailing over the ropes, there is no greater joy for a batter. So they would have enjoyed it, and not once, twice, but 17 times from different batters. It looked really good, the kind of firepower that this batting order possesses. It was good that they have started to play their best game as far as the batting department is concerned, close to the business end of the tournament, because going forward you will require such type of batsmanship, and if tonight 5 or 6 of them could get it together, but in those crucial games if 2 or 3 batters even can make such a contribution together, that can be a decisive factor.
It's also one of those statement-making ones. Look, there was no shortage of sixes as far as India was concerned in this T20 World Cup. They're just under the West Indies, who themselves had 19 in their innings against Zimbabwe. But it was also about making that statement after all those comments about their loss to South Africa as well. Let's look back at some of the top moments from India.
Highlights of the day streamed from Google Pixel 10 Pro.
All thanks to our Google Pixel Cam, which is catching up some very beautiful moments as well. And what else, really, Irfan, but the maximums being dispatched at Jaipur, at this crowd here who were thoroughly enjoyed it, who had quite an opening performance, but also knew that Team India were under pressure. They entered this match knowing that South Africa have done the job. I'm sure whoever was wearing South African jerseys in the crowd in Chennai, because yellow in Chennai, would have taken it off and put the blue back on, saying that, okay, the job is done.
Look, the job is done.
Half the job is done for the day.
Yes.
Now the job translates to Sunday.
The even bigger game is coming up. One more knockout game. This was a knockout game as well, but they really knocked out Zimbabwe. But look, Chennai fans, they always enjoy the game here. Whenever they come to see the game of cricket, even in domestic cricket, when they come, they really like it as well. We have seen in the IPL, we have seen this game today as well. But actually, we haven't spoken about Sanju as much today in terms of the partnership. What he did today with that talking about the sixes, he was not worried. He was not worried that hitting that 6 on the first over, second ball, he was dropped from the team. To having that fearless approach, especially when you're not getting good start, was very important as well. Even though it was a very small inning, 24 runs of 15 balls. But before this, India's opening average was about 6 or 7. So here getting a start of 48 was very crucial as well.
You say small innings, but clearly it was the impetus they wanted, because you saw the coach's reaction when he walked back. So that was job done, essentially, as far as Sanju is concerned. He's had 2 innings like that so far in this T20 World Cup. We'll take a breather. We'll chat more on the other side.
Big isn't a size, it's an experience. Higher Mini LED TV, powered by Homing AI.
Chill your dill.
After 18 years, the RCB win the IPL.
The kingdom has been claimed. The legends are coming for it. The throne won't go uncontested. Tata IPL coming soon.
The devil has come to Pennsylvania.
So, when did this start?
Kid, there's something evil here.